Namaste! Namaste, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. For your message or massages, Big Cat, come in. Come on. I've got intel. Big Cat, you are going from what? Bricks and mortar to what? Click and order, darling dears. You have learned to what? I'm going to quote some famous words for you, darling dears. You've learned to what? Lean on me. When you're not strong. And I am your friend, darling dears. I will help you carry on. Why? Because you believe in magic. You've seen how you've metamorphosed into a big cat. And talking about cats, why are cats energetically important? I'm going to tell you. Because when you choose a name for yourself, something that you do, you enjoy something, you think, oh, you've just come across it. No, darling dears. Your soul tribe, your ancestral team have pointed you in the right direction. And why are cats energetically important? All cats are important, darling dears. Including what? Domestic, larger cats like bobcats, leopards, pumas, lions, tigers, and are said to come from what? The star system of Orion, darling dears. I know, Big Cat, hold on. I'm coming through with intel. Cats are known, right? Especially the system of Orion is known for what? Wisdom and enlightenment, darling dears. Cats naturally and energetically spread wisdom and peace by their presence alone. Their divine knowing can be sensed and intuitively picked up by other big cats, darling dears. They are here. We are here to show people how to what? Truly relax and bend the matrix. What from what? Inside out. Using what? Stealth. A cat moves in stealth, darling dears. You have a healing gift, darling dear. But you only have what? A short time span in which to use it. After you've backed off dummy bats and bottom feeders, realize sitaki. That's Swahili for I didn't want it. Pinkies up. After you've done that and done your shadow work, looked yourself in the eye and realized you was the common denominator and was allowing yourself to be picked off by what? Dickheads. I said it. Anyway, let's press on, darling dears. We have an annual prayer wave, our annual prayer wave. Father's Day, the 19th of June 2022 at 4:44 a.m. and 4:44 p.m. where we will be what? Cheersing it up. Not in an alcoholic kind of a way. I mean raising our what? Blessings, our gratitude. We'll be praying, doing our yoga, whatever you do to connect with your higher self, darling dears. We also have what? Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius until the 23rd of October. Urging us to what? Take a deep, introspective look at our future. We also have what? The Gemini Sun. As it's advancing our brain power to what? Elevate our level today. And it helps you to accomplish mental tasks like a boss, darling dear. You're a boss. A boss. Yes, spelled with a W and an A-S-S. The Gemini moon is gathering momentum for the new moon solar eclipse on the 10th. That's 2 days from today. Today's the 8th. Yeah, today's the 8th, darling dear. Which is going to be fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely news for you. Why? Because you are going to what? Take a test or host a meeting, darling dear. Something specific is about to kick off. Why? because you're going to use the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius to reshape your future, darling dear. We've got a 5D mind. I told you, as you've been diligent in your what? Getting out of the DNS, the dark night of the soul had to look over my shoulder. As you was diligently getting out of that, darling dear, you didn't just stay in there alone. You went in there armed and dangerous, became a keyboard gangster, fine-tuned your skills. I told you many times, Big Cat, there is $2.3 trillion on the tableau between now and 2026 for creativities and motivational speakings online. You've got to get with the 21st century, darling dear. How else are you going to break the matrix and realize where the bottom feeders lie? So you stay away. Eleanor Roosevelt said, we must go so far we can't hear our critiques. No, we don't want to hear them. It's bull swanky, and it's what subterfuge, darling dear, peppered with opium. Lean on me, Big Cat. I'm your best friend. I did the DNS like a boss when I was called. I didn't choose this path chose me. And having my Chiron in my 12th house, I was gifted with tools to heal myself, which I did not know I had until I got my birth natal chart. And then I found out I've got to use those tools in my North Node, with my North Node, to help everyone else. Good God, I had a task. But I'm up for it, Big Cat. I come to you every day so that you can realize your greatness, activate your 5D mind, and use what? The conceive, believe, and achieve as easily as you blink. And take care, darling dears. You are a Big Cat, and you were sent here to enlighten and to heal. And you can do all of this and that, darling dears, once you realize how much power you hold. When you tap into your God spark from within, darling dear, that quiet voice that tells you to go right when left was your journey, darling dears. Ascension. Rebirth through the what? Inner work, darling dear. The inner work, which is a daily thing. Let's call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection, darling dears, as we dive into these peccadillos. Namaste. So be it mote. Energies up, 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 Big Cat, as we dive into these peccadillos. See what's going on in them streets. Right. We're going to kick off with the rune, darling dear. The birds are very quiet at the moment. Ooh. When you cast runes, you read them from right to left. Guess what? You have Bacana. This is the Empress. It also speaks about abundance as well as growth, as well as knowing thy worth. And adding tax, darling dears. Let's see if I can bring up the comments. Because I know we're still on the tail end of Mercury retrograde, but good God. It's come up, but nothing is underneath it. The devil is a liar. Let's press on, darling dears. Bacana, represented by the numbers 12, 13, 14, and 15. It also speaks about fertility, darling dears, being liberated from a situation. The Empress also speaks about a love affair. Could be with thyself, could be with someone else. A bromance, or yeah, something like that, darling dear. Bacana represented by Earth as well as Venus energy, and we all know Venus is about what? Beauty, as well as art, love, feminine energy, darling dears. Some of you are realizing how gorgeous, fabulous, and lovely you truly are. You are unique. You are learning how to use your intellect to create growth in your life, darling dear. Your growth game is off the chain, 5D minded, all that. Pinkies up. You also have what? Swallow, sun energy, happiest card in tarot, darling dears, represented by the numbers 76, 77, 78, and 79. The letter S, This is also what? A return to health. It also speaks about celebrations, darling dear. Being what? Spiritually blessed as your vibration is raised. It also speaks about what? Stable situations. But some of you are going on vacay. You're getting the green light that you will be having what a lovely time. You will also be getting a nice surprise from some kind of a journey, movement, darling dear. It also speaks about your self-esteem, darling dear. It's on the up and up as you continue to what? Bend the matrix. Expansion is your go-to move, darling dear, as you continue to move in silence. As well as what? Having to celebrate your wins in silence. Even though it still fell in the upright, darling dears. Represented by the letters S and B. If you had an O in the middle, don't get smoked, big cat. Let's get the other energies around this. We're going to use the soul cards. Base of the deck, judgment is afoot. Judgment also speaks about what? Your steps being divinely ordered to a great opportunity. Some of you will be changing your status probably in the working field. It speaks of what? New contracts or a renewal of a contract. Somebody would like to renew a contract with you. After you've done your rebirth, right? Stripped away as a stripper cat what didn't serve you. Somebody wants to come and renew a contract. Someone who's seen your emotional transformation, possibly because all they can see is your what? Crack, as you turned your shapely back and kept it moving. Scotty, tinky winky, styly. How do you do that? With the slow, quick, slow. Good golly and gosh. Your perseverance, darling dear, is paying off in a big way. The purple speaks about your dignity, darling dear. You've learned how to what? Respond and not react. Because from a distance, when you react, darling dear, it looks like two chicken of the sea's blood. No one can see the intelligence in the situation. And I tell you many times, my dear big cat, my best friend, whomsoever controls your emotions is your king. And the only person that's supposed to have that particular psychological password is a baby, a new baby. And even at one, you have to start sorting it out, letting them know who's boss. Otherwise, you've got what? Chucky's youngest on your hands, darling dear. Your perseverance is paying off big time. I'm also seeing the heart chakra. The heart chakra is represented by what? Venus, darling dear. Venus rules no. Venus is the empress. The heart chakra is represented by think case. Water energy, Cancer energy. Excusez-moi s'il vous plaît. Listen, I can get French. I can. All right. Anyhow, as I was saying, it also represents North, darling dear. You've accepted some form of situation, possibly your greatness, darling dear. You accepted certain energies cannot go where you're going. Two are in the bed. One was taken. It was you, big cat. You didn't choose this. Your ancestors chose you. Gifted you with all of their tools that they couldn't use on their timeline. So you are being forgiven, darling dear, for not knowing how to handle your power. But when you know a thing, darling dear, you can't go back. You know you hold it. And he or she who holds the whip, darling dear, you are Khaleesi or Carl. You run things. Things don't run you. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. How do you set your mind? Affirmations, darling dears. By praying for guidance, listening to the spiritual downloads. You get them in dreams. You might even hear them from the television or hear the tail end of someone's conversation. Something that was significant in your past will be brought back to you, darling dear. Something that gave you a happy memory. You will know when you are being what? Gifted with a download, darling dears. Perseverance always pays off. It also speaks about somebody feeling as though their existence is monotony at this moment in time. It's not, darling dear. Until you what? Graduate a level. Divine will keep you stuck it in that space. And if that space means walking alone, baby, you must walk alone. Why? You get strong from the inside out, darling dear. You are fearless. Many can't do what you did, darling dears. Many need the accompaniment of other bottom feeders with tree slough ways in order to go on. Base of the deck, forgiveness. Baby, that F word, I keep telling you, darling dear. As part of the 5D mind, you forgive, darling dears. Forgive everyone that's come into your life, whether for good, bad, or indifferent, darling dear, has a soul contract. And whether it did you dirty or what raised your vibration, there's still forgiveness in a situation. Some cases, forgiveness for your own self, for not knowing whom you was around. But until you forgive, darling dears, you cannot call judgment in Ketha. You cannot complete that particular soul contract. And no matter how many times you cut the soul tie, darling dear, they will still be connected until you forgive. Perseverance, keep doing it, darling dear. You have to remember they will infiltrate your mind and you'll have thoughts, ruminating thoughts that will bring you back into yesteryear when you was looking at their crack as they bent over and busted wide, darling dear. Did all of this and that. The effrontery took my voice, darling dear, and choked my throat chakra. Are you good, big cat? Somebody's spluttering. Listen. And it's also the retelling of past heinous crimes. Going into new situations, darling dears, big cat, you don't lead with what? The bubble of what happened to you. Situations didn't work out. So you left them to do what? Go and bend their own matrix. You don't have to tell everyone what happened to you, darling dear. More often than not, I told you, 80% couldn't give 2 figs or 1 good goddamn, darling dears. 19% are glad it's happening to you. And only that 1%, darling dear, that fabled 1%, will bring compassion and wisdom to your situation. So rather than look for the 1%, darling dears, go within. All answers come from within. You've learned, my dear big cat, to walk with the wise, and you will be wise. Proverbs 13:20. You've learned those deep cuts to the white meat are meant to wake you up, darling dear. You've learned to organize yourself. You've become useful to yourself. I task you with on a daily basis, darling dears, to heal and expand. You'll be gifted with abundance beyond your wildest dreams, darling dears, as you what? Break generational curses. Create generational wealth. Show your progeny what you're working with, blood, from the inside out. As you co-create, you become entrepreneurs. You've built multiple streams of income. In silence, you earn that Skrilla.com while you're sleeping. You make sure that you keep your body work intact. You get your yogas on, blood. You exercise yourself and you get to your what? Your sea moss or your Irish moss, liquid gold, gifting you with 92 of the 102 nutrients you need per day. Yes, baby, you are fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Yes, baby, you did go through things. Yes, some of it was for years, some of you even decades. I understand, darling dear. But when you know a thing, base of the deck, darling, there's empathy. You have to have empathy. And you are empathetic. Some of you are Hyoka, as am I. You read energies, darling dears. You read the vibes. We see the root chakra as well as what? The sacral chakra in this tableau, darling dears. This speaks about what? Your foundation and your security. The sacral chakra is about your creativities, darling dears, and your passions. All backed by what? The dignity. Divine wants you to be industrious in getting great, darling dears. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you start. Some of you feel as though you've been hindered, or you've been what? Got the short end of the stick. Because if you break up with an arc, you are muda fuda and fuda muda. And they will do everything in their power to interrupt the space and time continuum, blood. Ah. Empathy, darling dears. This also speaks about what? Celebrations, parties. Some of you will be celebrating, darling dear, and it will be in feminine energy. I'm hearing of some kind of a group that's forming. It could be any group you go into, darling dear. Use your pendulum. You get your tarot cards out. Connect with your higher self. You find out shit. I told you we're doing Boosie Badass. We're not doing anything else. Boosie Badass. Eyes on everyone, blood, and we're paying attention. Because you see, sometimes action belies the words. And we're getting on with our what, Mayor Angelou? If they show you who you are, blood, who they are, you believe them. Because you remember what it's like to be Salt Bay, Lot's wife, Fitz Bump. Oh gosh, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth roof. Pinkies up. Let's get a deck and see what's going on with our 5D minds as we continue to believe in magic. Base of the deck, we've got the King of Cups. This is about you mastering your emotions, darling dear. And if you're going into union, this is a husband material or wife, because you know gender is fluid in tarot. This is about, as I said, the mastering of your emotions. It also speaks about someone being jelly bogelly, darling dears. Someone is jealous. It also speaks about you being what? Family orientated and loyal, darling dear, natural born leader. It also what breathes into you understanding your emotions, darling dear, once you are in charge of your emotions. Being what? Slow to speak. Infinite possibilities will continue to open up for you, darling dears. Because I told you, soul contracts, they're characters in your life, darling dear. And some are sent in as red herrings, doppelgangers to drag you to hell, right? To the mud hut. But others, they come with a peccadillo to what? Open your mind. They can't come with you. I told you. They're just walk-ons in your life. Mastering of said emotions, darling dears. What else is going? What's going to be opening up for the big cat as they what? Embrace the 5D mind. You can't be around the gossipers and the slanderers, darling dears. Those low vibers. Again, wash your face like David. I don't care who it is. If it's Stephanie, she's a backstabber. If it's Stephen, listen. Stephen is black-hearted and mean. If your name is Stephen or Stephanie, it's just names that what? They told me to say. Five of Swords in an upright, darling. You're moving away from the gossipers. This is like you. This is you with this. Give me that sword. Yeah, grabbing it from them, saying, what? You said what? And you thought you was going to do this and that. Create confusion. This also speaks about confusing words, darling dears. Be careful of the what intel you take on as gospel. We are all keyboard gangsters. Research everything. You've got the knowledge, darling dears. You are holding all of the swords. There's going to be a lot of talk about you, darling dear. At your shapely back, wash your face like David, and don't entertain it. Clarify the Five of Swords, please. Thank you. Because you're about to get what? A message. This also speaks about fast movement. Wands is about fast movement. You've got the Page of Wands. If this is not your progeny, darling dear, Divine is telling you that the ideas, your creativities is going to take you far. The hills in the background speaks about the obstacles, right? The bottom feeders, the naysayers, the ones that would like to stop you on your journey, darling dear. As you can see from the cards, your back must always be to that. Don't listen to the merchants of slander. You hold all of the swords. That's logic and intellect. Come on. Swords also speaks about your communication. Mm-hmm. The Page of Wands, darling dears. Lean in, big cat. It speaks about what? A new passion. Something new is being ignited within you. And it also speaks about your children, darling dear. You're going to get some news about them doing really well in their studies, darling dears. In fact, some of you are going to be bloody surprised. You didn't realize they had it in the cranium like that. You'll be surprised. When you provide a peaceful, abundant environment for your progeny, darling dears, they can't do anything but excel. But you're also going to be getting messages about past people, people that you have to leave in the past, darling dears. It also speaks about spiritual downloads. You have the wands and the swords both speak of spiritual downloads. Pay attention to your dreams, write them down, even though you may not understand them at that time. It could be a message for you to take heed of 3 months from now. 3 is very important for someone. Clarify the Page of Wands, please. Yes, baby, because your ships are coming in. This goes to 4 of Wands, darling dear. 11 fade, abundance, a new beginning, celebrations and parties. As you continue to turn your back on what no longer serves you, this is a new beginning for you. Something is just on the horizon. You're about to get a message. Some of you will be getting communication. This is about partnerships and teamwork, darling dears. This is about you, having the foresight. The foresight to, plan? Yeah, plan. Law 29 of the 48 laws of power. You planned all the way to the end. This is why you're being gifted for your perseverance. And you already intuitively know it's coming. And look what's behind that. Somebody's swinging the what? The bell of regret, darling dear. Let's dispel all of that bad juju right now. The bell of regret. But the 5D mind is being gifted onto you, darling dear. You've got 3, 4, and 5. Clarify the 3 of Wands, please. Oh. Ace of Pentacles on its face, darling dears. This speaks about what? Greed, darling dears. Someone was greedy in a situation and they're feeling the loss. Possibly of you, big cat, because you're the Empress. Whether you're male or female, you are nurturing and you know your worth. This also speaks about a family situation, swallow sun energy. I'm getting the impression that there was a circumstance or a situation that you reached out for some kind of help, darling dears. And you wasn't given that help. This is someone who knew your worth, darling dear. Someone who invested in you because of what you brought to the table. They are in regret, darling dear, for what they did. Because what they did gave you what? Freedoms, darling dears. Freedoms. Clarify the 5 of Swords. Yeah. As I said, as you wash your face like David, divine is about to open up many roads for you, darling dears. This is options. Your dreams, your ambitions, and your goals, darling dears. But divine also wants you to what? Not to overindulge, or what? Be too proud, be too prideful. This is about you examining all options coming towards you, not just taking it at face value. Because some options are being sent as a trap, darling dear, to bring you back to a situation that you had to what? Survive with saliva to get out of. Had you at the point of what? Nearly at the point of rigor mortis. I told you we get to all kinds of languages. We're Latin today. Yeah, Latin and French. Oh yeah, and Swahili for Sitaki. You didn't want that situation. somebody who was immature, darling. They didn't choose wisely in a situation. This is someone with a what? Gang stalking or a gang-like mentality. Someone who gets the strength from others or from what? Bringing people down in order to feel good about themselves. But they can't break what you was given, what you are naturally being given in 1111 fade, which is a highly spiritual number, darling dear. 70 in the chat. Please hit the thumbs up, darling dears, as we continue moving on. Yeah. This new vigorous creative beginning that you have for yourself has them at hockey sticks at dawn. Some people can't sleep and they can't eat. They're either too fat or too skinny. It also speaks about depression, darling dears. Somebody's depressed about the options that you've created for yourself when you turned your back on the situation, one that you're spiritually guided to do, darling dears. That same someone is full on bitter, mate. Gossiping, spying. They'd love to shimmy down the pole and dug you with that between the shoulder blades, darling dears. This is somebody who's bitter. It could be a marriage, because this is a divorced person, the Queen of Swords. A situation that you no longer deal with. This is 10 of Swords, taking them out of your back. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is, how can I put it? Passive-aggressive.com, darling dear. This person is personal people are speaking on this new beginning. They're waiting for your health to fail. This is somebody praying for wickedness on you. And they've got a whole gang that will listen to bottom feeders amongst bottom feeders, merchant of slander. This person is cold-hearted and deeply critical of you. They're trying to be dismissive of what the achievements that you're making, this new beginning. It could even be a new home, a stable foundation that you've created, and they're worried about what your next move is, darling dear. Worrying about you. Regretting, darling dear. It doesn't look like they're regretting it that much. They're probably regretting that they didn't F you over even more. They didn't get the chance to sing What Amazing Grace at your funeral in a falsetto with no tears on their face. Because you're in control, darling dear. This also speaks about the buying and selling of properties. Achievement of higher studies, accolades, something that could have taken somebody as much as 5 years. This is major studying that has gone on. Yeah. All preempted by moving on from a situation, something that was emotionally draining and full of lies, secret and lies. And it also speaks about a mental break. Somebody's having a mental break over you, darling dear. Could be this Queen of Swords, base of the deck, as you go with the what? New beginnings, multiple streams of income, darling dear. This also is the cup of self-love. Some of you, it's a pregnancy. You have an offer coming towards you, darling dear. 2 of Cups. Something that you're seeking. The 5 of Swords also speaks about a competitive field. Some of you have gone into a competitive field. But it's not for you to worry about the crowd. You don't compete where you don't compare, darling dears. You have the what? You have what's the word? When you are the innovative, that's the word. Whatever industry you've gone into, darling dear, you are charming and you leave a lasting impression on others. Some of them, it's a bad taste because they ain't you. They're not the ones that are being blessed, darling dear. They are not the ones that are being raised up. This Queen of Swords in the reverse. Whosoever this scoundrel is, this shady person, this scuzz bucket is, darling dears, they can't come back. And it also speaks about you no longer ruminating over past situations. Clear thinking, darling dear. Yes, you was effed over, and it was without the Vaseline, but you're good. You've learned to secure your mental health, darling dear. But listen, these straps, right, they're getting on my nerves. And I've got double-sided sticky tape, special one that I got to stick them together. And my son came to me yesterday and said, Mother, do you have double-sided sticky tape? I said, yeah, no problem. Take this one. He used the whole roll, blood. You can't throat punch your progeny. You can't throat punch them. He didn't know. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. I know it's off topic, but you know how it goes with me. I told you I'm a chatty cat. And I got to talk about some things that might have my psychological password. Because best out than in. Because I ain't getting smoke blood. Yeah. Worried about what you've got going on, feeling extremely depressed, darling dear. High Priestess, you already know this. This is also about secrets. Some secret was revealed to you. It knocked off your socks, mate. It made you sit back and consider your life. The High Priestess sits between the what? The tree of life, darling dear, and between the two pillars of wisdom, Boaz and Jashin. This is also about secrets that was revealed to you. This also speaks about intuitive knowing, darling dear. I know how it feels. When you look at someone and you immediately get a download right under the page of Wands, Divine wants you to pay attention. That first thought, darling dear. This is why you are being gifted with a new beginning. Pay attention, darling dear. Because I'm getting the impression some of you, when you look at someone and you get a bad thought, something goes into your mind, comes into your mind to tell you some information about them. It does make you feel sad because I'm telling you, the person that they're portraying to be, the Queen of Swords has their shit together, darling dears, but this one is bitter, jealous, twisted, all of the above. Base of the deck, Sun card, happiest card in the deck, on your options and your choices. Yeah. Releasing burdens, darling dear. Not allowing negative thought patterns and negative lessons to ruin your life going forward. What about the greedy ones? Someone who wants you to have a mental health break. We've got Two of Pentacles, somebody who you are single from, darling dear. And it also speaks about options. This goes to Three of Pentacles. Teamwork. Someone seeing that you've turned a situation around, that you're being celebrated. Three of Pentacles is being recognized as a major class person in your field, being individual, new offers coming in. You chose to what? Be away from that situation because of the mental turmoil. Hence the ships in the background on the water. A lot of emotionals was being bandied around. Look, King of Pentacles on its face. If this was a partner, this person, are they a preacher? Good God, it could be someone in the church. Freudian slip, meant to come out, darling dears. This person was greedy, and it's on the Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone that took a gamble and a risk on you. King of Pentacles is a father, is a husband. It could be a brother, darling dears. Someone who was greedy but didn't have the foresight to cover all the bases. This person is going through some kind of karma. Something that they're still trying to make it look like they've got everything still under control. Divine also wants you to what? Release your mind from any burden or any guilt from returning to past situations. You're the High Priestess or Priest. You have to understand, we only go where we're loved, where we're celebrated, where we can celebrate others. Going back to this situation, you will be bucking up on Queen of Swords in the reverse, blood. Bitter, jealous, and unable to bend the matrix. And that wants to stab you up and down your back chakra. Base of the deck. You better continue to be solo, dolo, and free as a bird. Right? Drama free. You're making progress, darling dears. Pay attention to the downloads because you are being gifted with the 5D mind. Badass alchemist ways, big cat. And again, it speaks about the travel and the movement. Some of you are traveling, darling dears, and I'm here movement, moving home. We already saw the Four of Pentacles. Clarify this Eight of Cups and Four of Pentacles. Tower moment. In the reverse. In the upright, it's sudden change. In the reverse, darling dear, whomsoever you left behind in the past, darling dear, they're refusing to change. This person is going through the dearness. I had to look through over my shoulder. Personal people. These are still low vibing people, darling dear, that gaslight. This is passive aggressive. And it also again speaks about jealousy, darling dears. Moon energy. Moon is represented by Cancer energy, which is the mother. Queen of Pentacles. Don't pay any attention to any past energies, darling dears, because you've broken generational curses. This is why you are gifted with a 5D mind. The Queen of Pentacles knows their worth, darling dear, and adds tax. This is also what? A future partner, somebody who's loyal, someone you can work with. King of Swords. It speaks about mastery. You mastered some kind of a situation. As I said, the breaking of the generational curses, what? The reinvention, or the what? The gifted of generational wealth, darling dear. The gifting. The King of Swords is somebody who masters their emotions as well as holds their tongue. This is about you, what? Having to keep your accolades and achievements to yourself, darling dear. You have to move in silence, because you don't know whom is jealous and who is out there, who is going to bend over backwards to work against you, darling dears. Those that will sit up in their bed late at night praying on your downfall, you know who they are, big cat. You've been gifted with sight. And it's not, I told you, when you look at people, you will now be able to what? You will be receiving a download, and you must pay attention to what you hear, what you see. It's very important. You've been gifted with the badass alchemist ways, but you are also transcending. Pay attention to the information coming towards you. Be observant. And with the Five of Swords, collect as much information and intel as you can, because you are dealing with narcs, sociopaths, all of the above. But remember, they are just soul contracts. They're meant to do what they've got to do, but you have to use your swords, your logic, and your intellect to understand the information that is being presented to you, as well as the person. Yes, a lot of charming people are coming, darling dear, but you have to repent. Remember, some of them, I nearly said repentant, they're not repentant. They come with a cup of bull swanky and what? Hot shit. She's naive, darling dear. This is Two of Cups, because they're attracted to your abundance and the new beginning that you've created for yourself. Pay attention to your downloads, darling dears. Can't you see her listening to a higher mind? You've made nothing but steady progress. You've got the green light, darling dear, to bend the matrix any way you want. This is knowing that you have the power and being able to use it for the best outcome for all. Try to jump up. Boomerang, darling dear, in the reverse. Clarify this boomerang in the reverse. So it's stuck in a situation. What's stuck? Who had the weapon forming against you, darling dear? Don't look good for them. Hey, what's this? Because you're a truth seeker, no higher court than the truth. Again, cast your mind back to the Five of Swords, darling dears. You have the logic, you have the intellect. Don't allow yourself to be pulled about by words, darling dears. Look at the actions. Wash your face like David for clarity. Your creativity is, darling dears. Whatever you're creating, listen, when it's up, it's stuck. Come through, Cardi B. Posh clap. Yes, baby. What's about this loss? Right? They lost you, darling dear. The star. This also speaks about your healing. your healing abilities to what subconsciously pour away what no longer serves you. It also speaks about fame and a platform. It also speaks about benefactors being recognized. This is loans, right? Business deals, contracts. Based on your creativities, darling dears, you had to lose people that was keeping you stuck in situations that didn't allow you to see your true worth, that didn't allow you to be happy and raise your bar, darling dears. You're a truth seeker with the badass alchemist ways, darling dear. Trinkets. Pay attention, darling dears. You'll never know which one is what. The top prize. What's this? Because you're blessed. Anything that kept you stagnant, kept you in a 3D mind, right, it loses out with you, darling dears. You're in your 5D mind, listening to the downloads. Nothing more from this deck. Do we have another deck? I'm going to go with the Divine Doors. Love this box because it's magnetized. I don't normally keep the boxes, you know me. I'd rather have an elastic band. What about this Blessed? Thank you. What did I say? Change, darling dears. Change. Be the change in order for it to what? Permeate everything around you. Base of the deck, a nomad. Be on the move, darling dear. Nomads move in silence. They're able to what? Create a home wherever they lay their hat, darling dears. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't call back and hide. You can't cover up your light, darling dear. And once a mind has been opened and shown the light, it can't go back to anything that you was involved in before. People, places, and things, darling dears. Base of the deck, walk about again, telling you to move forward because you're blessed. Let's get a final card and then we're out of here. Thank you. Yeah, truth seeker. Recognize the catfish, right? The doppelgangers that are living in their south node. They've got the karmas on them, darling dears. I told you, you are getting the 5D downloads. The first impression, the first thought. I don't tell you to go into a room and seek it. No. Your mind will be on other things and it will flash into your mind. Pay attention. They're in their south node. And karma is not discriminate, darling dears. You hold the truth of the situation, your metamorphosis, and you should be able to recognize a catfish before they what? Do their baddest, their wickedness. Do you? With their trinkets. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. And don't forget, love yourself, darling dear. Because if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to expect someone else to love you? Come through, RuPaul. Push, clap. Namaste. From the ashes, baby. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.